I'll go right to an opening statement. Yeah, it was a good first start for our guys. Obviously, they came out and missed a few, shots that I think they've probably made, at least ones we've seen on film. But, really proud of our guys' effort overall today. I thought we had really good energy, and guys were ready to play. They were anxious and ready to play. And I give our seniors, C.J. Walker, Kyle Young, a lot of credit for that. But we had a lot of contributions from a lot of good guys, or a lot of players, and feel good about it. And we'll have a great Thanksgiving meal together, and they get back to work.
All righty, we'll start out with Stephen Means from Cleveland.com.
Can we shut that door? I'm sorry, guys. I can't hardly hear. Okay.
All right,
Chris. Chris, you're finally here. You got to play a game. Can you just talk about what it was like coaching in this environment?
Yeah, really different, Stephen. We tried to prepare for it as much as you can. I've heard Ryan talk about how unique it is, and for your players and for your staff. And, I think the scrimmages that we had gave us a little bit of a feel. We did a dry run with the background noise. But I don't think anything fully prepares you for what it's going to feel like in the midst of a game. But I'll be honest with you, we were just really, really excited about being there together, being out there together. And we got the text this morning at about 8:30 that everybody had cleared the testing protocols, both teams. So at that point, we kind of knew it was on.
All right, we'll go next to Adam Jardy from the Columbus Dispatch. Adam?
Chris, you said you obviously had a lot of questions about your team and what it might all look like this year. What you saw today, how did that match up with maybe some of the worry that you had and some of the expectations that you had?
Well, I think the thing you don't know early in the season is kind of where your opponent's at. I know Dan was trying to figure some things out with his team too. So kind of taking that out of the equation, they obviously play in a really good league. But taking out of that out of the equation, Adam, I felt like when we had done some scrimmages together that there were really good moments where we felt good about our group. I also felt like there were other moments where we were, far behind where we were at this point last year. So, you're having both of those feelings going into the game. But I thought, again, we set a really good tone in how we wanted to play early. You don't ever expect to get off to that kind of lead. But that was really good to see.
All right, next up, Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on SI. Brendan?
Hey, Coach, sort of a two-part question for you here. The first part is about Justice, and obviously he had a good game today statistically, but it looked like he played with this sense of freedom on both sides of the floor. So as it pertains to Justice, I'm curious where you thought he was at his best. And the second thing I want to ask you is about the importance of playing depth early in the season. You got everybody a chance to play today, and just your thoughts on how important that is.
Well, I think a lot of things you're grateful for right now with Thanksgiving. One is that we got to play the game. So grateful for that. So grateful our guys got to experience playing a real game. Also really excited and grateful for the fact that we got to play a number of guys, as you mentioned, that we were able to extend the rotation a little bit. And we went into the game thinking we were going to, whether it was a close game or not, we were going to play a pretty extensive rotation, 9 or 10, maybe 11 guys. So that was good to see because we really do need to, see what we're capable of and what some of our guys are capable of. And more than anything, we need film to be able to come back and make corrections. So it was good to have that with some of these guys for sure.
And then how about on the Justice part, just to see him play with that sense of freedom?
Yeah, I thought Justice played honestly like he's played in a couple scrimmages where he was, I think, at least scrimmage and a half, he was our leading scorer. He just has a variety of ways in which he can attack you. And he's pretty powerful. And you combine his size with his ball skills and his athleticism. And he's a good player. And, He's that versatile wing forward that is really valuable in today's game.
Thanks, Chris. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, we'll go next to Steve Hellwagon, 247.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks,
Want to
Steve.
ask, I think one of the senses we get from you is that you weren't sold necessarily on how great a defensive team this team was going to be. And it looks like your first five went out there and set a pretty good tone. No makes for 6 or 7 minutes there at the beginning. I don't think that, talking to their coach, he was real happy that the way things were going for them, but maybe you took them out of some things. But just your overall thought, I know it wasn't a sustained 40-minute type thing, but just what did you think about defense in total?
Felt good about our defense. We did not finish the half very well offensively or defensively the first half. I was disappointed with that. We still allowed them too many easy, clean looks. They shot 45% from three. We know that that's something we got to continue to work on. But you're right, Steve. I think overall our defensive effort was sharp. Our attention to detail was good. We played hard and competed on that end. And I think that's going to have to be who we are. We don't quite have the length or maybe even some of the natural gifts defensively that we had with last year's group. So I think we are going to have a tremendous connectedness and buy-in on that end most every night.
Zed Key, he was the first guy off the bench. And I know you've tempered a lot of the comments about him in the preseason and said, well, we'll see how he reacts and everything. To be the first guy in and to come back and have, I think, 10-5 or something like that. I don't have a sheet in front of me, but a good first outing for him as a freshman, I suppose.
Yeah, good first outing. I thought he didn't play. There was a stretch where he didn't quite play hard enough. Some of that is conditioning, but Zed's a tremendous kid, and he and Gene they're two just phenomenal human beings. So they've gotten better with every day and week of practice. They just have continued to improve and have gotten better. Now they got to continue to get consistently in better shape and got to continue to learn our system. But he's got a physicality to him. He's a strong kid. He's got good length. I felt from day one that he was going to help this team, and he'll go through some freshman bumps, but he'll definitely help this group.
All right, next up, Bill Landis from The Athletic. Bill?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Bill.
If you look at what Justice was able to do before he got to you guys, I think like his free throw rate, his 2-point field goal percentage was stuff that stuck out, but maybe you had to wonder how that might translate given him playing in a more physical environment once he got with you guys. It seemed to show up today. I know this isn't a league game, but just through the scrimmages and what you saw today and what you've seen in practice, how has that translated for him?
It has translated. And you're right, the physicality of athletes in our league and in this level, I think is going to be a interesting challenge for him to be able to continue to play that way and yet go through the kind of competition that we're going to see and the size that he's going to see at his position night in, night out. So I think that he really has shown in bits of practice, he's hard to keep out of the lane. He's got closing speed defensively, and he's got burst offensively. So you combine that with his just natural God-given physicality. His decision-making can improve, but I think all those things will translate, and we got to do a good job at coaches putting him in positions and helping him understand when he does play against greater length and size, how he's going to need to attack. But I liked his aggressiveness today.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go next to Colin Hasshil from 11 Warriors. Colin?
Chris, you had mentioned, when you're evaluating Justice's performance that maybe it wasn't the biggest surprise just based on, what you'd given you guys in the scrimmages. But was that something that even back when you got him initially, before his injury, he was practicing with you guys, that, you could sort of see this coming? And also, like, along those lines, like, what was it like having that guy in your roster last year and, having to only see him in practice rather than the game and wait until today?
Yeah, that was, that's hard to see. Now, he did injure, right, his foot a couple months into practice, but we felt early on in practice last year that he was going to be a really good player for us. And I tell you, Colin, I think he's done some things that, we continue to see growth and improvement from him. But he shot the ball consistently pretty well. And I think, again, defensively, we've been really challenging him to be a guy that we can rely on because he's got so many gifts. So I'm really excited about his growth and development. And, I don't know that we were necessarily surprised at the way he played today, but I also think that, you don't ever really fully know until you get to play games. So we'll see if he can consistently continue to improve and grow as this non-conference season takes shape.
Thanks.
Alrighty, next up, Patrick Murphy, 247. Patrick?
Hey, Chris. We saw EJ really kind of blossom at the end of last year, but you've got to carry it over. Looked like he was that type of player again today. What have you seen off season from him and his development, and where can he take you guys this year?
Well, I think with Justice, EJ, two more tremendous kids. So you can, they accept coaching. You can challenge them in areas. And for EJ, he's got a unique game with his size, his length. You can call him undersized, but he gets off the floor quickly. He's got a powerful body. The biggest thing continues to be with him is his fitness level, his conditioning, and consistently playing hard. You saw what he can do today because he's got a really good feel. He was tremendously well coached in high school, and he's an unselfish kid. So sometimes too much, but we really like. We're going to continue to move him around the floor, and obviously he'll see greater size, but he's also shown the ability to, to be able to handle guys that are longer and bigger than him. And I'm really excited about his progress. But for him, the biggest thing for him has always been his conditioning, his fitness, and consistently playing with the effort that we know he's capable of.
All right, we got time for just a couple more. We'll go to Mark Snyder. Mark?
Yeah, Chris, Musa Jallo hasn't played in forever, and he just looked so much stronger. And what kind of a bonus was it for him and you just to get him out there playing again?
Well, I think that's important because with a lot of these guys, whether it's Musa or Seth or, our freshmen, you're looking long-term, right? You're looking what can they be here in a month and a half and 2 months. And I think for Musa, you saw some rustiness today with him that is natural from not playing for a while. And but he gave great effort. It was great to see him kind of get extended minutes. And we'll need to continue to see that from him. He's another big versatile wing. I think defensively he's got to be terrific for us with his versatility. But I'm excited about seeing what he can be as he shakes off some of that rust.
All right, got time for two more. We'll wrap it up with Adam Jordy. Adam?
Chris, it looks like you added somebody to the roster. Was it just concerns in the backcourt, just getting another body? But what can you say about the new guy?
Well, when Abel went down and when we got the word on Abel's heart condition, and when we were not certain if Jimmy's waiver was going to get cleared, we went and spent you had three of us, myself, Coach Pete, and then Coach Diebler, who went to a community center in Columbus and watched our rec team play up and down. Not our rec team, our club team. Our club team. And the club team coach was tremendous help in kind of identifying potentially a couple guys that might be able to help us. So, the three of us went and stood on a wall and had our mask on and watched him on a Saturday morning. Probably this would have been a month and a half now, 2 months ago. And we brought a couple guys in, put them through workouts. Felt like Jansen was physically the most ready to do that. He'd been well coached in high school by Blair, and we're excited about adding him to the roster. He's been he's a physical, tough kid, and he's went from club team to ESPN in a matter of about a month and a half. So it's great for that kid.
Where's he from? What year? What school? Any information about him?
Yeah, we can get all that to you. You're gonna ask me all that. You're putting me on the spot right now, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get something wrong here. So
that's funny.
So Blair Albright was his coach in high school. He's from Columbus, but I don't want to get anything beyond that incorrect. So.
We'll have all the information you could ever want about him on the website. We'll get it out to you. We'll have a great bio written. It'll be perfect. We'll wrap it up with Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I just got thrown off guard. Blair Albright was my coach in high school.
Is that right?
Just kind of to follow. Yeah, it's crazy. Just kind of to follow up here. What do you think you got out of Dwayne and TJ as your guards? Obviously, the guys who are going to play the heavy minutes right now. What do you think you got out of those guys today?
Good. Yeah, I thought Dwayne got better, a little bit better as the game went on, but I thought he was pretty locked in defensively, which was really good to see. He's still got to continue to get in a little bit better shape, a little bit better condition. Dwayne does. But CJ, I thought, was steady as always, led our group in our preparation. And, again, I just – I'll wrap up by just saying, again, how grateful we are to play this game and, really thankful for all of our medical personnel, all of the people that have allowed this to happen. I'm really grateful for our players. And, for the people here in the shot that have allowed this to happen. And hopefully it provided some entertainment when I think we're all searching for that a little bit. So great to see our guards lead the way, and it was great to be out there.
All righty, Coach. Thank you very much for your time, and have a great Thanksgiving.